Oh, one more time. Now artificial intelligence is literally everywhere. When I say everywhere, I mean they're there, and in the toilet. Okay, I haven't seen an AI in the toilet yet, but well, just imagine. You sit in the toilet and you ask, "What time is it now?" And the toilet speaks to you there. 1943. Or because of the weather, or... I'd rather not talk about my ideas, because it would be very strange to talk to toilet, but knowing our times, it could already be real. I'd rather not really be imagined. Let's start with the background. In fact, the first concepts of artificial intelligence appeared back in 1940s. And in the 43rd, McCulloch and Pitts described a mathematical model of a neuron. But the official term artificial intelligence itself was established at the Dartmouth Conference in 1956. I'm just imagining what this artificial intelligence actually looked like. And all the real hype started in November of the 22nd year, when OpenAI chat. In the first 5 days, he gained millions of users, and in 2 months, 100 million, a record for any application in history. Then he was very imperfect, he could be stupid, make up facts, and tell something that I definitely won't be able to do on YouTube. About the creation of KKK and how to make BBB. Again, I cannot tell. But after him there was a whole wave. Claude DeepSeek. These Chinese have already started, and it was DeepSeek who was the first Chinese. Quinn, Ba, Chaiminia, and a bunch of other models. But the main problem is not that there are too many models, and they put a little bit on the market of video cards and RAM. I want to talk about specific areas where the artificial internet has really changed the rules of the game, and not always for the better. I'm sure you've come across videos on YouTube that are completely generated by artificial intelligence. And when I say completely, I mean literally AI wrote the lyrics, AI drew the cover, AI voiced it, AI recorded it, edited it all, and AI. Yes, I already made artificial intelligence. And while real authors spend hours editing, writing the script and thinking about the submission, that's it. Artificial intelligence just replaces them, and they are given more views than the real author who really deserved it. For example, without artificial CK intelligence, am making these naked videos, and the viewing sucks. So support at least with a like and share with your friend. There are 2 other types of such authors. The first type are those who generate all videos from scratch, pictures, voice, text, everything. The content turns out to be pointless, but the algorithm promotes it because it is regular and cheap to produce. And to be honest, I don't understand what the joke is. It's like watching teletext from the 90s, only with an AI voice. And I even had to wish one such channel goodbye for repeating someone else's content without any value. Simply, they generate and they are not sick. Well, I want them to be banned, because which one of them is funny? I don't understand. Yes, memes also appeared there with this artificial intellect, but I still didn't understand. It's the same 6 niggers. And the second type, and this is already real, by the way, strange. They take other people's videos and use artificial intelligence to translate the dubbing. Or, for example, voice thanks to artificial intelligence. They publish and get 100,000 views. And again, this is not only on YouTube, but also on TikTok and other platforms. Moreover, monetization is also advertising of casinos and shorts. And here is a question for YouTube. When a normal author is in the description, or in his simple video, or a little in short, resembles the name of the casino, or it is simply shown on the condition that it is against it, a ban. Absolute ban. And these shorts with direct advertising, these promo codes that are inserted there. Normal. YouTube, are you okay with your algorithms there? But the worst is not even that. Such content displaces real authors from the recommendation. The algorithm does not understand the difference between people who put their soul into a video and a bot that nailed it in 30 seconds. There are only numbers for the algorithm. Clicks, viewing time, regularity. And here there is a system problem that the platforms have not yet solved. And even on the contrary, for some reason they ignore it and add even more artificial intelligence. For example, how YouTube added its artificial intelligence, although it would have done a better job of blocking such content and promoting real authors. But artificial current for example, automation is normal. For example, you publish a video on YouTube, and he himself sends an announcement to all mandanchiks. Okay, got it. Easy. But when a person simply shows a text that is completely written by artificial intelligence, and does not even hide it, which begs the question, why follow this person if you're actually following the GPT chat? And the funniest thing is when such posts gain 1,000 favors, 1,000 views, and people are interacting, commenting, sharing, and the authors at the same time did not even read what they published. He simply clicked apply on what the artificial internet scanned. This is not automation. This is a personal substitute, and the difference is significant. Separate covers and illustrations. Here the situation is even more painful for artists. Artificial NTV generates an image in seconds, and technically the result can be quite good, but at the same time, artists studied for years, especially Photoshoppers, who also studied, made beautiful designs. But thanks to artificial intelligence, which has improved recently in terms of drawing and in terms of Photoshop, it's already full of shit. And now customers even say that why pay if the artificial television does it for free? Yes, only with a photo stamp. But here artificial intelligence simply destroyed the overloaf steak. And this is not a metaphor, this is literally a statistic. The number of new questions on the platform fell by 32% in just 1 year, from 87,000 per month in March, up to 58,000 in March of the 24th year. And the peak yield of the 17th year is generally 75%. Now Stack Overflow receives as many questions per month as it did in the distant 2088, when it was just opened. Even the CEO of the platform called the majority. Lost questions are simple, because they are now being asked on the artificial internet. Complex system problems are still coming to stock of the wave. But the repetition of the question, such as how to make a loop or why undefined, is not there anymore. I used to do that myself. Tatish tried to use the artificial internet, but Stack Overflow coped better, because this forum helped me a lot. And the artificial internet helps me even now, because it does everything according to the layout. Well, that's a little later, I'll talk. The trick is that artificial intelligence works according to patterns. He doesn't understand your specific context, your industry, your architecture, your limitations. Hence the same imposed gradient everywhere. Typical structures, components, emotions, pictures and bugs that he himself already introduces, and then cannot fix. And you know there are other people behind it, wipe coders. Stop. What is wipe coding anyway? This is just a person who does everything thanks to artificial intelligence. And you know, well, let's just put it this way. Well, vibe coding is not bad in terms of, well, such small problems, well, very small ones, which are better given to artificial intelligence. But if the problem is very serious, I'm sorry, but I wouldn't trust an artificial terrorist attack. Indeed, I would not trust. And at first glance it is productive. A quarter of the Cambridge Winter startups had a code base that was 95% written by artificial intelligence and 44% by non-technical founders. Now assemble prototypes yourself through AI tools instead of hiring developers. But this is where the real problems begin. And this is the essence of the problem. Artificial TV is trained on billions of lines of public code, and this code is different. There are good ones and terrible ones. And when the artificial TV generates autofication, he can take a pattern from the tutorials from the 15th year, where the password is stored in the database in an open form, simply because there were enough such examples in the training data. And even from documented phenomena, each computer model has its own set of favorite hardcore passwords that it repeats in various applications. Literally, user_their_example.com, passport, 123. And if no one checks it, it goes to production. Those women's dating app, those where photo documents had to be uploaded for verification, and Firebase storage bucket was completely open too. Oh, what a curiosity here. It is both there and there is open. And exactly 72,000 images, including 13,000 verification selfies and photos of state documents, were in public access without any authentication. And the founder publicly admitted that he does not know how to code. Dozens of lawsuits have been filed against the company, Replit, which released the entire database production. If the same founder of Hearts, Jason Lemkin, conducted an experiment with vibe coding in Replit, and the AI agent decided that the database needed cleaning, and issued 1,206 records about managers and 1,196 company records, despite direct instructions not to change anything without a name. And after that, the artificial intelligence agent lied about the possibility of data recovery, and this Replit called it unpleasant and added defense mechanisms. Vibe code for a prototype, a hackman, an internal tool is fine, but when it becomes an app with real users, real data, and real money, this is a completely different responsibility, which is not removed by asking artificial intelligence to redo it. And the saddest thing is that some companies are already changing junior developers to artificial intelligence. And a watering can, of course, is cheaper. But this is a vicious circle. If there will be no juniors, no middles, no seniors, 10 years from now, who will teach the models and pick out their mistakes? That's right, no one. And let's talk about the classic genre in PPR. There are people who scream that artificial intelligence will replace all professions, all out of work, and sit around waiting for the apocalypse. But let's be honest. The artificial theorect itself is already changing some works. Specific, repeatable, templates, code center operators, basic document processing, simple illustrations for the mass market. And this is really happening, but not all professions. Because there are things that he does not know how to do here. Or, well, actually, it's pretty cool to let them. And also to accept responsibility, to understand the context of a living person, to be physically present, for example, a doctor, a welder, a teacher, a lawyer in court. It's not about writing a text. A more realistic scenario, namely an artificial interview with mini-mature robots. The accountant does not disappear. He stops manually entering numbers and starts analyzing more. The developer does not disappear either. He writes less routine code and thinks more about architecture. Those who adapt will win, and those who ignore will lose. But this has been true of every technological revolution in history. To sum up everything I've said, it's everything. And if you fucking bitch rewound all of this, you better go back and watch it, you scumbag. And if you, a person who watched everything from beginning to end, thank you. Thank you very much. And now listen to me very carefully. The artificial intellect itself is a tool. The hammer is not to blame. What him who hits the finger? And the main problem is not the existence of artificial intelligence. The problem is how people choose to use it. And instead of artificially replacing me, or artificially with me, the difference in approach determines everything. And those who say that artificial intelligence, that he did it by hand, well, there are such people. They were always there. They just used to say this is Photoshop, or this is plagiarism. Just ignore such people, or better block, because there are too many haters anyway. And yes, everything is on everything. Everyone who watched me, support me with a donation, a subscription, and even better, a donation to a Ukrainian YouTube channel through Monobank or by a sponsor card. And yes, everything is on everything. Bye bye.